Hi there. Today I'm demonstrating the air filter optical loading checker that I proposed to the Valvoline company in hopes to do a live demonstration at the Genesee Avenue location, in which I've been working at for 4 months. Now I'm a certified technician at that store. And the reason why this came about, I am a UCSD student, I'm an engineer, and I noticed some issues within the store. And the issues actually come from the fact that I really admire the CSA's ability to sell that full synthetic oil change. At the same time, I know that they're having this hard pressure to give that $145 ticket average per sale. And so they're brilliant at selling the full synthetic oil change, but could use a little bit of help, I noticed, in the department of engine air filters. As when the customer is demonstrated, the engine air filter in the usual way, which is we take it out, right? We show the customer, and it's just like, it appears dirty. And, some of our more experienced CSAs will even hold up the engine air filter to the sun and wave their hand to sort of demonstrate the optical transmission of that engine air filter. And so the point of this website is to give CSAs a very tangible hands-on tool that they can use to present the customer a technological and mathematical centric method to show how dirty their engine air filter actually is. So without further ado, let's show this thing off. So how this would work, this is literally a website, so the CSA can scan this on their phone. It can be a QR code that is just pasted onto their workbench that they either use with their phone, or they actually could use the iPads that they scan the battery with. It can just simply be a little button on the home screen. So long as the iPads are okay that check the batteries, so long as those iPads are okay using Wi-Fi and using the internet, it's completely fine. That can be completely used, or their phones. Anyways, without further ado, let's show this thing off. So how it would work is in the store, obviously, they would be taking the photos rather than using the photo library. But we need to determine what is the optical situation that the app is operating in, so we can evaluate what is the light transmission moving through that used engine air filter, so we can convince the customer from a mathematical standpoint what the status is. So the CSA has another tool to help them get to that $145 ticket value. So we set up, okay, black in the image, okay, that dashboard is black. Let's tell the app that, okay, that's what black is in our current optical conditions. So we'll use that same filter again. And now it's asking, okay, what is white? And I know this seems slow, and I'll explain in a minute how it actually can be sped up significantly, and how in the store, in real action, this will actually look a lot faster. So now we demonstrate, what is white. And now what we're going to do is we're going to scan the used filter. And so we'll go one more time. Boom. So this is actually a cabin air filter, but I just thought the photo was a really good one to use. Okay, so we see that as it really is dirty, this cabin air filter is visibly dirty, that the restriction severity is severe, and the recommendation is to replace now, in words clear as day. It also gives a confidence score on how confident it was in its assessment. Now, here's the part where it'll actually speed up. So at the beginning of the day, right, they have to take these two reference photos, right? But so long as the lighting situation stays relatively the same, and even if it actually does change a lot, all that they have to do is just take one photo on that next car. So I'm going to demonstrate that. So they're not taking 3 photos each time. In fact, they're only going to scan the new used filter in that new car just one time. So let me show you. So we go to use filter, and now let's choose a different photo. Let's actually choose this photo so I can demonstrate to you also the robustness of the app. So as we can see, this engine air filter is much cleaner. So we would expect, right, that it's going to come out as a minimal value. Notice the warning, though, that we got. This is a gloomy day compared to the sunny day that is in this photo. And we are actually warned in red up here that the lighting changed. And so now when we press accept region, it's going to give the proper and correct filter condition estimate, which is minimal because it is a clean engine air filter. It says it appears acceptable, but it will throw a lower confidence value of medium, right? And so we're not only grounding the customer with, what the math is assuming, but we're also have that metric to tell the customer how confident we are in that score, and the CSA can kind of keep these tools in mind as they're demonstrating to the customer, what the situation is with their engine air filter again, to see if, using the air filters as a way to get to that $145 ticket is appropriate. And so, yeah, that is the demonstration today for the air filter optical loading checker for Valvoline, and I hope to do a live demonstration of this in store and to talk potentially with somebody in corporate if it seems appropriate to hopefully use this in other Valvoline locations to help the company grow, because sincerely I do really appreciate what this company has done for me, and again, I'm just trying to give back. So I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.